Hello Australia, welcome to another episode of The Couch, episode 691. It is of course Easter Sunday. Can I say happy Easter to everyone? It's the beautiful Easter week if you're watching us early as well. Hope you're coming up to a great Easter and I hope you enjoy yourself. With COVID behind us, we hope to have a very peaceful Easter with your family and friends. On the show today, I don't know if it's going to be peaceful, but it's going to be a big show. We're talking for the first time with Kerry Ridley. Now, she runs a business called My Little Bookshop. We're going to find out what the top 5 books are, and we'll meet her as well. Later, we talk ROC Arena events, with events coming back thanks to the ROC Arena. We've got Marika here. She's going to talk to us about what events are coming up. Talking The Scene TV, Blake Williams from Mix 94.5. The show's gone from radio to now being on TV, and we're going to find out about that one. Talking films with a young guy. He's a young director. We'll find out how he became a director, why he's become a director, and we'll talk about some of the movies he's done and won awards for. Talking Spanish Film Festival with Kevin from Palace Cinema. He's the marketing manager. And we go to Ireland and talk to Clint Drieberg, of course, from Nova Radio Entertainment. Music-wise, Mars Garage performs for us live in the studio. It's a big couch, it's a big show. 691 starts now.
It's showtime on the couch. It's showtime on the couch. You can see it from your house. You can see it from your house. It's showtime on the couch with Fred and the best in town. You can see it from your house. Yeah, it's showtime on the couch. Oh, oh, oh.
Welcome to The Couch, everyone, all around Australia. The crew's here, I'm here. Easter Sunday is when you're watching us on Foxtel, so thanks for doing that. And I hope you have a wonderful Easter, as I said before. On the couch for the first time, can I introduce her? Her name is Kerry Ridley. She's the owner of mylittlebookshop.com.au. Welcome to The Couch, Kerry.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It is nice to have you here. I saw a few of your Instagram posts and I thought, what an interesting lady. And one thing we do love to do, we love to have Perth people on the show. So tell us a little bit about My Little Online Bookshop.
Okay, My Little Bookshop is actually 3 vans and we travel around Western Australia. We go out to the regions. We also do the Perth metropolitan market scene. And we're like a really quirky bookshop. So we're on wheels and we promote a lot of WA authors and self-published authors.
So tell me why you don't have a store of that type, as in a shop, but you've got the 3 mobile bookstores.
That came about because I lost my job and I just thought I want to do what I love, and travelling was part of what I loved.
Yep.
So I just thought, how hard can it be to travel around WA in a caravan and sell books?
So books
So
are something that's really interesting. Are you an author? Is that how you started being involved with books, or you just had a passion to read?
No, I just love reading.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Not even a retail background. Just love reading.
The type of books that you sell, are they all types of books?
Yes.
Can people get anything they want?
Absolutely. We do like all the new releases that you'd see in all the major stores, but we also, it's a big focus on WA authors because it can be quite difficult for them to get in onto the shelves.
Now, your vans, are they always in the same location or are they moving around?
They're always moving around. Yeah, we're north of the river, we're south of the river. Last weekend we were out at Quairading.
So how would we know where you are?
We have the website, mylittlebookshop.com.au, and that has a calendar of events on it, and also the social media as well.
Fantastic. Now, we want people to support you, a local business. We're all about supporting local, and we need to support. The fact you're very quirky, I love the idea that you're travelling around the countryside, like the Leyland brothers, but in books.
Yes,
so thank you very much. Today we're going to look at the top 5 books, and I thought we'll start with this one here, of course. It is Honeybee by Craig Silvi. Tell me about this book.
Honeybee it's a great story. It's very emotional, and it's about a 14-year-old boy and his traversing journey through to being transgender and just the environment that he lives in. And it's quite tragic in some parts. It's a like laugh, cry kind of thing. But he's won all the awards for 2020 with Honeybee.
Yep.
He's in the awards again this year, and also Yes, he's just won the Indie Bookshop Award.
Is he a WA author?
He is. He
Wonderful.
grew up in Dwellingup. as in Freo.
Fantastic, and that's called the Honeybee, or Honeybee on its own.
Yeah.
Now, this one here, the Vanishing Half, the book looks great. I love the colours.
This is just amazing. This is probably my best read for the year. It's about two twin sisters who grew up in way down south Alabama town, and how they were sort of bred to be whiter because they thought that would be better for them in life, and then they go their separate paths, and it's very much a family drama. You will laugh and cry. Page Turner all the way with that
WA
one.
author or Australian?
No, Britt Bennett is an international author from the US, but
Fantastic.
that's just been optioned to be a movie now.
Invisible Boys. Now, I've seen this one out already in a lot of good bookstores. Tell me about this one.
Holden Shepherd, he's fabulous. It's like Fan Crush with Holden Shepherd. Invisible Boys is about three teenage boys. We've got Charlie, Hammer and Zeke, and just the brutalness of trying to get through high school. And it's very, very tough for them, and it's all about sort of the covering up of who they really are. So I read that and I just thought, it just reminds me of my own high school days.
Who would you recommend that book for? What age group?
I would probably recommend that for probably, say, 14 to 17.
Beautiful book to read over the holidays
absolutely.
and stuff like that. Now, Queenie, I love this one as well. I love all the covers on these. Great books.
Queenie she's another international. She's from the UK. And this is very much, it's a cross between Sex and the City and Fleabag. And her life falls apart in every way, and she's trying to get it together. But she's had to move back home with her Jamaican family in South London. And they're quite harsh and quite practical. So.
Now, this one here as well was shortlisted for the Costa First Novel Award, which is a fantastic award as well. So, well done. That's Queenie. And our final book of the top 5, Every Family is Different.
I thought I should throw a little kids' book in there. Every Family Different this is Maureen, and she does live down Rockingham Way, so she is a local author.
Beautiful.
It's all about the different types of families that there are. So you can just be, living with grandpa or, big city, small town. But it's more about if, you are living in a suburban street and everybody's the same and your family's a bit different, that it's okay.
A wonderful book for these days as well, I think,
absolutely.
modern days, 2021.
Absolutely.
Now, tell me something. If people want to buy these books, can they buy them online and they get posted to them?
Yes.
What's the website?
The website is mylittlebookshop.com.au.
It's on screen right now as well. So people can go on, select the book, order it, pay for it, and it comes... How long does it normally take locally here in Perth?
Normally, free delivery once a week around the Perth metro area.
That is amazing. And can people over East buy your books as well?
Yes, and they do, which is great.
Which we want them to do that all around Australia. You're quite welcome to buy from this fantastic lady. Kerry, you are wonderful. This was your first segment. You did really well. I'm looking forward to having you back every month. And we'll talk about the top 5 books, but we'll also talk about anything new, anything different. We'll bring those into it as well.
Definitely.
But for your first one, well done. Check out your website for locations next week where you'll be. Are you open over Easter?
We are, and we're actually going to be at Caraholly Orchard in Dwelling Up, which is a beautiful part of WA.
Dwelling Up, what a wonderful place. For more information, please check out the website. It was on screen, thecouch.com.au if you missed it. Thank you, Kerry.
Thank you for having me.
It is, of course, My Little Bookshop, and you're going to see more of Kerry on the couch because we like supporting local. We'll be back with more local stuff, ROC Arena, and we talk to Marika. 5 events, not 10, 5. There will be 10 soon after the break. Welcome back to the couch. It's always nice to have ROC Arena back in the studio. We've got the marketing manager here. Her name is Marika Bailey. Welcome back to the couch.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
It is nice to see the ROC Arena getting back to work.
I know.
Now, JobKeeper's finished. Events are coming back.
Yeah.
What's the situation at the moment?
So we have been at 50% for quite a while, but recently we've moved up to 75% capacity.
Yep.
And we hope to be at 100% and sort of relatively back to normal soon.
Now, can we just say, if people around Australia, if you've got amazing talent and you need a venue, contact Marika and the team here at RAC Arena in Perth, because we can do everything here in Perth.
We can.
We've got COVID under control. How many people can fit in the arena?
So at the moment it's about 10,000.
Not bad.
But at full capacity it's 15.
So if you're looking for a venue and you're a big star, a singer, performance, a show, get in touch, because RAC Arena is back in business. Now today, Marika, we're talking about 5 events, because we've only got time for 5.
Yep.
But let's get straight into it. We all know the Perth Wildcats. Now April games are starting.
Yes, so they've returned from the NBL Melbourne Hub, obviously victorious. They have won that inaugural cup, which is exciting. And they're just on a winning streak. They're going
doing
crazy.
really well. And how many games do we have at the arena?
So they have 14 home games.
Okay.
So I think we're at sort of 8th or 9th.
So we want people to book their tickets online through racarena.com.au.
Yes, and so there's still unannounced games to come, so that's exciting.
Fantastic. That's the Perth Wildcats. If you love your basketball, don't miss out.
And Bryce Cotton.
Fantastic. Oh, that's your favourite, is it? Well done.
I think he's everyone's favourite.
Glad you got that in. Now, the second event is Paw Patrol Live Race to Rescue.
Yes.
Presented by Stan, by the way. And that's from the 1st and 2nd of May. It's only 2 days?
Yes. So there's 3 shows over 2 days. Tickets are around $30, or starting from $30. And, it's the day of the Great Adventure Bay.
Wow.
Where Mayor Goodwin... I'm stuffing this up.
That's all right.
Ryder summons Marshall and the gang,
they are
and they and,
So is
and
it
they
a
fixed
good
the
one
day.
for the kids? Is it good for the kids
yes,
to go?
definitely. Yeah, it's a good show.
And May is a good time as well. Weather's still good. You've plenty of capacity.
Yeah.
Now, Paw Patrol, the kids will all know. It's like saying Fat Cat. Kids know what Fat Cat is. Paw Patrol.
Do the kids know Fat Cat still?
I don't know.
Is
It's
he
sort of
still on?
old hand.
Yeah.
Really.
The
Who's
parents
Fat
will.
Cat?
Yeah.
Who's Humphrey? Who remembers all those things?
I mean, I do. But
Do you
we're showing
remember
our age.
Flapper?
No.
See, you're younger than me. Flapper used to be a little blue and pink elephant. Used to be on Channel 9.
Yeah.
A little thing. Woo! I'm looking stupid now. That's okay. I'm not
No, I
really
don't
that
know
old.
that one.
Someone just told me about him. I think it was Julia Seymour told me about it.
Oh, she would.
Now, Paw Patrol, 1st and 2nd of
Yes.
May, a great one for the kids, the whole family, in fact. If you want tickets, please go online. Presented by Stan, of course. racarena.com.au. That's where you get all the details and all the tickets.
Yes.
Now, third event, Tina Arena.
Australian
From
icon.
Young Talent Time.
Yeah.
See,
She's
I remember
amazing.
that.
Yeah, I think I might be a little too young for that one as well.
She was on Australian Story the other night on the ABC. If people want to check her out and go online.
If you don't know her.
Well, ABC View, you can go on there and iView, you can watch her.
Yeah.
She has got to be one of the most beautiful people.
Stunning.
And she's got such a beautiful voice. She lived in France for many years. She got married to a French man, has a whole heap of kids, I think 2 or 3 boys. And she's back in Australia now, living in Melbourne.
Yeah.
And I am so glad that we've got her coming back to Perth on the 22nd of May.
Well, she'll actually be one of our first, concerts since our last concert was February last year with Michael Bublé.
Yep. No, she's great talent.
Yeah.
And there's only one show. There she is on screen right now. But we all remember little Tina from Young Talent Time. She's amazing. I saw the interview. Do you know they asked her, how do you feel when you see yourself as little Tina, 7 or 8 years old?
Yeah.
She said she's so proud of the little girl, the little Tina, that it's made her who she is today.
All that confidence.
She is such a wonderful artist, and I'm looking forward to catching up with her in Perth.
Yeah.
Maybe you can organise an interview as for a fan.
Oh,
You
hint,
never know.
hint, nudge, nudge. Okay.
Tina Arena, RAC Arena, rhymes with that as well, 22nd of
It's
May.
meant to be.
And you know where you can get your tickets from? racarena.com.au. Now, the 4th event we're talking about is The Wiggles.
Classic.
Now, that's happening 29th and 30th of May, only 2 shows.
Yeah. Oh, no, sorry. 5 shows over 2 days.
Over the 2 days.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
lots of shows.
They're celebrating 30 years.
Wow, 30 years.
Yeah.
Where have I been all my life? Do you know I've never been to a Wiggles show, but I've seen so many Wiggles change, like all the members change.
Yeah.
So what can we expect to see at this show?
Well, because of their celebration, they're going to bring back all the oldies for some nostalgia for the parents, and then
Bring back all the oldies. I thought they were the oldies.
No, I meant the songs. Sorry, the songs.
Oh, okay.
The classic songs.
I was going to say, how much older can you get?
No.
All the classic songs.
Yes, and as well as their new ones.
Yep, and there they are on the screen right now. We all love the Wiggles.
Yeah.
5 shows over 2 days,
Yep.
29th and 30th of May, Perth. We'd love you to go and get your tickets right now, racarena.com.au. Don't wait till the last minute, because if you buy your tickets now, at least they know they've got a capacity crowd.
Yeah.
And you get
don't
your
wanna miss
tickets
out.
early. Exactly, you'll miss out. Now, the fifth event, West Coast Fever, I got to speak to them last year.
Okay.
And when they started, remember we were in COVID.
Yeah.
I got to do an interview with a couple of the people from there, and they were going to Queensland because that's how the season was. But the 2021 season starts very soon, and they're going to be starting here in Perth.
Yeah, so unfortunately they did miss out on their home season in 2020. So we didn't have any of their regular season games. But yeah, 2021 they're going to have their 7 home games.
And for those people who don't know who they are,
yes, the
tell us.
state netball team.
And they're really, really good.
Yeah.
And I think they've won a few games.
They've got into the finals, but they've just missed out,
I think they did.
unfortunately. Yeah.
How did
so
they? Do you know how they
this
went
year-
last year? Did they do well over in Brisbane, or you don't know?
I should know.
Well, I'll tell you, they did really, really
Okay,
well.
yeah, we just know they did.
They just didn't get the grand final. But
Okay.
hey, look, it's glad to see them back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Congratulations to the West Coast Fever.
Yep.
We need to have more sport over here in Perth and more at the RAC Arena. Great venue.
And it's great to see sort of female athletes out
I
there.
think so as well. It's a great event, a great venue.
Thank you.
Now, plenty of parking if people want to go to the RAC Arena.
Downstairs,
Is
quite
there anything
convenient.
else happening that you want to plug?
Oh, there's lots happening. But yeah, things still to be announced actually, and that's
Fantastic.
exciting. There's a lot. There is international acts on the cards for
Yeah, I know.
next year,
Lots
but it's coming and they should be announced soon, which I'm really excited about.
Well, do you know what? People can go on racarena.com.au, racarena.com.au, buy your tickets, check out all the other events.
See our event
Marika
calendar.
Bailey is the marketing manager. We're going to see you more often. Hopefully, maybe in a month's time or so, we'll talk some more events.
Yeah, we've got lots to come.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That is Marika Bailey. She's part of the couch, part of RAC Arena, and we'll see her every month, I hope, here on the couch. We'll take a break as well of a bake. And after the break, we've actually going to be talking about something else that I have no idea about. Yes, I do actually. We're talking to a young filmmaker, and we're also talking about a great music show made for TV with Blake Williams after the break. Welcome back to the couch. It's always nice to promote youth and youth in the movie industry, even better here in WA. We've got a young producer, director, talking to our very own young Nisha Seth. Over to you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Fred. And I'd like to welcome to the couch Josiah Dungy. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm very well, thank you.
That's good.
It's always very exciting, as Fred said, to have a young Australian who's doing so well, particularly at a time where the art of storytelling is so important. Josiah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, look, I've been making movies now for 8 years or so. It started when I was 10, and then more recently, in the past 3 years, when I opted into ATAR Media, it really took off from there. And even more recently now, we've won tens of awards, international awards, and it's taken off with my production company, Dungy Productions, and yeah, we're getting a bunch of local WA guys involved now and making movies.
So exciting. You know, becoming or finding your purpose is so important, and I'm hearing there that you found it very young.
Yes, it was quite young. I think when I first watched Steven Spielberg's movies, Indiana Jones, I got to throw Lucas in the mix there as well. I've really been loving movies all my life, and I think around the age of 9 or 10, that's when I first made my film, my first film with an iPad on just the standard iMovie, and then I was hooked ever since.
Wow, so very resourceful.
Yeah, it had to be quite resourceful, yes. Yes, with the limited capabilities there, yeah.
And something for our audience, I'm sure there's a lot of people watching thinking, wow, 10 years old, finding your purpose, telling a story. Was the journey always easy, or was it something that you just, through the passion, the burn, you had to keep on plugging away at?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've always did it for fun, and I just love to make movies. But more recently, it's really a hard industry to break into, especially, you know, if you don't have rich parents or if you're not from California or something. But being in WA, I think the environment we have here, it's a good place to make movies, definitely, because everyone's very passionate.
So does isolation breed creativity?
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes, it definitely does. And more recently with obviously the coronavirus and borders being shut, WA has really taken off, and yeah, it's definitely bringing a lot more stories to life.
Wonderful. Now, you're a very humble gentleman, so I'll probably have to toot your horn a little bit louder than you will. But tell us about your first film it was a project in Year 12, and it won a number of awards. I've got listed here the Best Indie Film, Best Short Film, and Best Young Filmmaker film, and also you've travelled around the world.
Yes, or the film. So it was only ever meant to be our Year 12 assignment. So it was called The Gift of Years. It was a World War II Kokoda movie. And yeah, it really showcased both postmodernism war stories and then also the 1940s Australian. We sourced Lee Enfield rifles from the Gallipoli Trench project in Geraldton. We had all the legitimate World War II Kokoda costumes. We had a Jeep, 1942 Jeep. I mean, we went all out for this one Year 12 project, and it paid off.
So beautiful, the passion.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it was definitely a passion project. I love war stories, and I love to bring them to life.
And why is it so important, stories now? Like, why have mentioned a few things as we were preparing for this segment that I think is so important for the audience to hear.
Yes. Nowadays, getting messages across has become much harder than it ever was. With all the political messages these days, I think for an audience to be able to just sit in a cinema and to watch a movie and to share that same experience, there's nothing like it. And that's what I love, to make these stories, to bring them to life, and for people to watch them on the screen. And you can really feel the empathy as well.
And the humanness in your films. So some of the characters, when you built those characters, what is it about those characters that you think the audience can gain a lot of value from? Yeah,
I mean, the characters we've made so far, I love old movies, so movies set in the 20th century, more specifically. So we've done characters everywhere from a 1920s gangster to a war veteran, and bringing the stories to life that aren't seen often in WA. That's what I love to do. And movies, they're an escape to get away from reality. So yeah.
Yeah, the comprehensive approach you have, and you've engaged some of your friends as well in the filmmaking, so you really are about...
Much to their despise, yeah.
Looks like you've had a lot of fun, but also most importantly is we can see, I'm sure everyone can see that you're doing this from your heart, so there's some very clear messages, not just for young Australians, but for older Australians as well, because you're kind of transitioning between time periods too.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, I'm so excited just to ask you, where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, it's quite hard to say, but really just continuing to tell stories, and I think WA has got so much resources just here alone. The eastern states, Hollywood, they're good, but being from WA and just already being in the industry for a couple of years now, I think WA deserves a lot more.
So you might go on holiday, but you're not going to leave us. You heard it here.
I love WA, yep.
Wonderful. So time passes so quickly. So before we go, where can people find out more about you and your films coming up?
So www.dungyproductions.com, or you can go on our Facebook page. Definitely like the page, Dungy Productions. All updates are there.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
So much energy, and we're looking forward to having you back to talk about your next... I'm sure it won't be long, but your next progress after this.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank
Wonderful.
you for having me.
Absolute pleasure. If you've missed any of that, of course, you can go to the Couch Facebook page as well. But for now, it's back to you, Fred.
Thank you very much, Nisha, and thank you very much to Josiah. Josiah, a quick question for you. Do you love the power of going, cut?
I love it. I love the power.
Is it the best thing? What's the best thing of being a director?
Yeah, call the action, call cut. Yeah.
And have you met Ben Elton yet?
No.
Because he's here in Perth.
I do, yes. I haven't met him, no.
And do you reckon that the government should get ahead and start building this stage, sound stage and film stage and all that sort of thing?
Absolutely, I think they should, yeah.
North of the river, preferably not south.
Hoping it shouldn't take 5 or 10 years as well, it's quick.
We look forward to you working in TV and being successful down the track.
Thank you.
Maybe not. You told me you're into film and that's it. So, look,
not
congratulations.
TV,
keep us informed with what you're doing and we'll keep following your success as well. Thank you, Nisha.
Pleasure.
You never know, you might be in the next movie. Unless I get in there before you. But, look, we've got a centre stage, our fantastic five brothers. They are called the, can I say the Minatulo brothers, but we know them as Mars Garage. They've got a brand new song. They're centre stage today. They sound a little bit like the Beach Boys. Here they are for you.
Standing in the twilight and watching as the sun goes down. I'm the king of my world, I wear a straw hat for a crown. The west wind blowing like an arrow straight through my heart. After some kind of crazy, I'm looking for a brand new start. Talk about the troubles the world is in, even justify it with political spin. But there's a lot to be said about not saying anything at all. And I don't mind. Sun goes down to let the moon and the stars come out to play. Soon I'm staring at the beauty and the wonder of the Milky Way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Full moon shining, a silver carpet out to sea. And I don't mind betting that he's laying it out just for me. I think that in this magical state that I am in, with all this cosmic beckoning, I could easily stroll out across the universe. And I don't mind standing here on my own. No, I don't mind if you don't understand. No, no, no. No, I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Heard a band playing, they were kicking out a melody. Playing golden oldies that were swaying with the rhythm of the sea. Heard a little whisper say, come on and dance with me. And with my toes off the sand, I started dancing to the rhythm of the sea. Burn up all my plans at the sacred altar. Hitch a ride on a shooting star, and I don't give a damn if I never come back again. And I don't mind standing here on my own. No, I don't mind if you don't understand. No, no, no. No, I don't mind. I don't mind at all. I don't mind at all. I don't mind at all. I don't mind at all.
Thank you very much to Mars Garage, the boys. They're all brothers, by the way, and you can actually book them if you'd like them to perform. Come through the couch, contact us here, and we'll put you in touch with their manager as well. Time now to talk to an old friend of ours. It isn't that old, actually. Blake Williams, Mix 94.5, but he's also got his own TV show, can I say?
Yeah, please do.
You've taken something that you started on radio called The Scene, which was all about local music scene, wasn't it?
It is, yep,
and
absolutely.
music artists. Yeah, can I ask you, Blake, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How many artists, because I read how many hundreds of artists that you've had on Mix 94.5.
Well, that's the thing. The show, the show, as you said, is all about local Western Australian music and also national acts as well. So we would interview the big touring artists that were coming through, as well as local people. But yeah, so on Mix 94.5, we ran for 6 years, and that was an episode a week. So 300. We did actually 299 episodes.
300. Close
I rounded it up one just to say.
There's one that didn't go to air.
Yeah, that's right. And so now we've continued it in a TV format, which is sort of the way that I'd always imagined the show being, in a way.
It works, doesn't it?
It's interactive, and we've got audience members, and we can have full bands, and the response has been amazing. But yeah, now 302nd episode went to air today. So it's really going well. I'm loving it.
Yeah, look, I got the opportunity because I'm on your feed, I guess, for Facebook, and it came to me before I spoke to you. And I thought, well, let me watch this. I'm a bit curious. And I thought it was actually quite entertaining. We're actually going to see some overlay. But what I love about the show, one, it's local. Two, it's actually not too long.
No.
So anyone out there saying, I haven't got time, it's only half an hour.
And the thing is, it's actually less. So the whole idea, the concept behind it was, I want to make it a visual podcast in a way. So it runs 15 to 20 minutes. It's 2 live songs. It's a 6-minute interview as well. And that's about as much as I think people can handle. And it's, it's a drive to work kind of thing. It's a listen to it as you're running around doing some exercise. That's the vibe in a visual way.
It's like sitting in a cafe, and having in the corner a band while you enjoy your best coffee or cake.
Well, and that's the thing. The vibe is it's sort of set late night. Watch a band. The band sit down. We talk about some stuff. They play another song, and that's it. That's right. It's a really cool late night. The place you want to hang out.
I was a little bit worried because I thought, does Blake have any TV experience to do this? And I thought, no, probably about 8 or 9 years on the couch as a video music guy.
Mate, I learned everything from you.
Oh,
so
really?
Thank you. Oh.
Well, I have to take the honours.
I need more bright jackets, though. That's what I've learned.
Well, I tell you what, I've got a couple that don't fit anymore. I've put on weight, but I love seeing you on TV. I love you. I love the fact that you're very passionate. You've always been passionate about music. Can I say? Most people who know Blake from Mix, you do a lot of shifts there, like I do at PR. But music is your passion. You're in a band called Proof.
That's right, yeah.
You've been in that for how many years?
Proof started 15 years ago at Whopper, and I mean the thing is, music's always been the thing, whether it's been being in bands or playing music, writing music, or promoting music, because the thing is, a show like The Scene can't exist unless there's something great to promote. And, we have incredible music here.
Correct.
That's why the show exists.
Your first show that went to air last week, who was on that? Because I thought it was some of the Murphy brothers.
It's right, it's Murphy Brothers.
Yeah.
We put the call out and said, send us through your stuff if you're releasing new EPs. We had 70 submissions, I think, in that weekend.
Yep.
So Murphy Brothers are on that first episode. Rakachachi went to air last week. This week, today, Eskimo Joe went to air.
Beautiful.
Which is great. And we've got 1927 coming in a few weeks. How do you get
these big stars? How do you get these talented people?
Well, at the moment, everybody has emailed us, which has been fantastic. The Scene Music TV. If you are releasing something, please let us know.
Yep.
We've kind of booking up. Most of the season is booked up, but if everything goes well and we can sell some airspace, then we'll be back for another season.
That was my next question, because a lot of people don't realise how expensive it is. Even we do an hour in here, you're doing half an hour. It's a lot of work, a lot of money goes into it, and most of it your own money. Can I ask, are you looking for any sponsors, someone that's passionate about music, someone like McDonald's, or someone that's got a bit of money as well and happy to give it to a good cause?
Well, absolutely, and I think we want to align ourselves with people who really do love music. Companies that employ musicians. Yeah, that's right. There's lots of local companies that have great music backgrounds, or philanthropic organisations that want to help out in different ways. Always looking, because that's the thing. It's about trying to continue to do this down the track, and giving new up and coming bands and established bands a different avenue. Because if you look at what options there are, if you're releasing an EP in Western Australia, commercial radio isn't really an option. You can do community radio, you'll have limited reach, but something like this is quite unique.
I know, I love it. I think it looks good. It's got a funky feel about it. It's definitely you. The only person I didn't know if your floor manager was that good. Can I just say, I saw her in the background. Is it someone new in television?
Yeah, someone I've known for about 15 years, my wife, Lisa. Interestingly, Lisa got the job and then did such a good job that she's actually got a real job, and so she's off now. So we've got a brand new floor manager.
Fantastic.
So that's a part of it. Don't be too good at your job because you
might
move on.
be poached by somebody else.
That's right.
Can I just say, Lisa's been with you for a very long time, supporting both of you. Work incredibly hard in this industry. The show itself. Tell people what they can expect to see on the show. I know you've got music artists. What else can they down the track? What are you hoping to do?
Well, absolutely. At the moment, it is live music acts.
Yep.
But the plan is to make it more of a variety show. So add comedians in. We try and add little funny bits. So the episode that went to air last week, it was a big band. And so you can't interview 8 people at the same time. So we had one of the members stand back and draw a still life of the band as we're doing the interview. So we're adding like little bits and pieces. But down the track, absolutely opening up to a range of different creative pursuits.
It's amazing because I don't know if you know Trevor Cochrane. He's from Guru Productions at Channel 9. He's got about 7 or 8 shows on the go. Your show is something he hasn't got.
Yeah, right.
And I tell you what, if they put a little bit of money in it so you can make sure you've got the crew that you need, the equipment you need, I can see your show being something that could go national, international, and I think someone like Trevor Cochrane would be a wonderful mentor.
Have you got his number?
I have, and I'll
call
pass
him.
it on to you.
Please
Because
do.
I think you need people like that behind you. And also, people don't realise to do something like this long term, it's a commitment, and you've also got to work. You do your band, and you also work at Mix. So it's not like you've given up work and this is supporting you.
Well, that's right. And as you know, putting this show on for
700 episodes nearly and about 19 years.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, and you need.
Lucky I started when I was 12.
Oh, I know, you look very good for 30.
What hair's left? 30 is about the hair numbers I've got left.
Well, that's right. You need a big crew, and you need good people around you, and so that's what we do. Have a great crew, and they're amazing people. They're all volunteering. They're all creative people as well, and we want to keep that going. And at the moment, it's trying to work out a business strategy so that we can. The content's there. It's just about trying to get that out to as many eyes and ears as we possibly can.
So if you're out there and you're saying, what is this thing about the scene? Check out their website. Where can we find it?
Find us on Facebook and on YouTube and on Instagram, but the handle is the same for all of them, which is The Scene Music TV. So find us, like us, share us, and enjoy WA music.
And you've got a very talented person running it all. Blake, of course, many years of TV, radio production, presenting, hosting, producing. You've done it all. You're at Whopper as well.
Yeah. Sounds exhausting.
It is exhausting because I tell you what, if it wasn't for people like you and I, a lot of people wouldn't be doing this sort of stuff.
And we do it because we love it.
We do love what we do. Otherwise, I wouldn't still be here, and you wouldn't be doing what you're doing. We need you to support him. If you're someone that think you'd like to get involved, we'd love you to get involved because they need as much support as we can give them. We need to keep local music supported as well. There's a lot of fantastic performers, bands, musicians. And was there anything else that we've forgotten to plug or anything else?
I think that's probably covered it. But I guess the take home is if you love music and you love experiencing new music and something fresh as well, it's a podcast length, easy to listen to, and you'll find it, and it's really the greatest of what WA has.
What day is it on?
Every Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock on Facebook and on YouTube. It goes live at The Scene Music TV and then on demand throughout the week.
Fantastic. Please support them. It's made in Perth for Perth and for the rest of the world as well, but mainly for Perth musicians.
That's it. Well, thanks, but I appreciate the support as always.
I wish you all the best.
Thank
Good
you.
luck with it. I know it's going to be very successful. It's something we need. It's a breath of fresh air when it comes to music.
Now, Trevor's number, have you got it?
I will give it to you. Thank you very much.
Cool.
92. We will. Trevor Cochrane, if you're out there, just dobbed you in for another TV show. We're going to take a break. Blake Williams is his name. He's a great guy. I wish we had him still on the couch, but we still do, which is nice as well. We're going to see you straight after this break. We're going to be talking after the break, the Spanish Film Festival. And stick around in entertainment with Clint Drieberg in Ireland. Stay tuned.
Connect with The Couch online through Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Welcome back to The Couch. The Morrow 2021 Spanish Film Festival is back exclusively at Palace Cinema. And with us today, we've got Kevin Lettenegger. He's actually the marketing manager for our Palace Cinema here in Perth. Welcome back.
Thank you, Fred. Nice to be back.
Nice to be back. And can we say more than one way back, Palace Cinema is back, full-time, working.
We are. Finally, all the COVID restrictions around the country, but particularly here in Perth, are finally relaxed and it's all back to business as usual.
Now, you've got some amazing movies as well that are running at the moment. What else is happening at Palace Cinema in general?
In general, blockbuster season is really coming back now. So we've got big titles at the moment. We've got Godzilla, Peter Rabbit for the kids over the school holidays, films like Tom and Jerry coming out. Then we've got a lot of our special event screenings and advanced screenings, and there's just this big buzz and electricity back with all the special events.
And can we just tell people, Palace Cinema's in the city, Wellington Street there, car park underneath, still $5. You just take your ticket up to the cinema, they put it through the machine, and you only pay $5, which is really good. Lots of food places to eat, plus the cinema itself has got an amazing array of food facilities there. You've got a bar there, you've got popcorn, chocolate bars, drinks, also wine. You've got a lovely little bar, very comfortable. So every single facility is back and being opened, isn't it? And all the cinemas are open?
Yep, that's correct. Everything's back full scale again.
We would love everybody to support Palace Cinema. Go down, if you haven't tried it before, go down there. It's a wonderful local cinema in the heart of the city there. But today we're going to be talking about the 2021 Morro Spanish Film Festival. They've got a whole heap of films. Tell us a little bit about the festival itself.
So obviously last year we had to cancel the festival. It was right at the start of the COVID when it hit us. So we're actually really excited to bring back such a strong lineup. And we've curated the festival very specifically to make it a lot of event screenings, a lot of feel-good films, really just to match the times we're in right now. So we've got things literally for everyone, from senior screenings, family screenings, fine wine, special event, platinum screenings, everything.
So if you love films that are from Spain and from Latin America, you're going to love this festival. There's lots of amazing movies. Now, the screening of the festival starts, is it the 20th of April? Which is fantastic.
Nationally, yes. So in Perth, it's on the 28th.
That's right. I've got the dates here. 28th of April, 16th of May. So you haven't got not a lot of time. You need to get in there quick. Can people buy tickets already?
Yeah, so tickets just went on sale, and we've got all the festival guides in all of our cinemas now around the country as well.
Now, all around the country as well, can I just quickly tell you, Sydney is the 20th of April, Canberra the 21st of April, Melbourne 22nd of April, Adelaide the 27th of April, of course Perth the 28th of April, Brisbane 28th of April, and Byron Bay is the 29th of April as well. Check out all your Palace Cinema and associated cinemas as well. Now, we've got lots of movies we can run through. There's 20 odd movies here. We haven't got time to do them all, but you've actually had a look at a few of them. Let's go with Heroic Losers. What's that all about?
So that's our Argentinian night special event that we've created, and Heroic Losers it's basically an Argentinian Ocean's 11. Mm-hmm. So we're in a small town, a rural town, and a group of residents start banding together to fight back against a corrupt bank manager that has stolen all their money. Oh. So it's a crime-style film, but something to put you on the edge of your seat. Typically
Spanish. Now, that is a good movie. The Wish List.
Yeah, so The Wish List is our platinum special event screening. So this includes a tapas platter and a glass of wine with your ticket. And this one's quite heartfelt. So it's about two women waiting in a medical room. They're unwell, but they haven't got their medical results yet. And they start reminiscing and thinking about all these things they wish they had done in their lives. And they decide to go on a trip together and basically live out all their dreams, all their wishes.
Like the bucket list, I guess.
A little bit like that,
living out your bucket list.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And I love the fact you can get the platter as well, which sounds really good.
Yeah.
Remember that one. Wish List. That's a great movie. Now, Rose's Wedding.
That's our opening night film. So this is probably one of the standout films of the whole festival. It's the opening nights always sell out around the country, so it's going to be good. This one, it's about a lady. She's in the middle of her life. She's kind of had enough of the way things are, and she realises her whole life she's just been doing things for everyone else, never for herself, never for her own happiness, and so she starts changing things and going on this new journey, and the film just follows this new reawakening that she's going through.
Interesting. And the last movie we'll look at today is Bye Bye Mr. Extubist.
Yes, so this one's a little bit interesting. So this is our Young at Heart seniors feature screening, and it is a comedy. So it's about a mayor in a small town who has enough of the work and wants to basically stop but still keep the power. So he makes his wife the mayor instead, but then she starts to get sick of him telling her what to do and being a puppet, so she takes control and starts making changes, but he doesn't like that. So it's a very sort of European kind of vibe to it. But yeah, it's a comedy.
Do you get to see a lot of the movies before we get to see them?
Oh, only some of them, not always.
And tell people as well, they are subtitled, aren't they?
Of course they are, yes.
So you can go and watch the beautiful romantic movies with all the passion. Not that you're going to need subtitles. Everyone does things the same, I guess, in romance. But it's great that you can actually go to Palace Cinema and you've got the subtitles there. You can watch the movie, enjoy it, have a glass of wine, have a meal maybe, and get some cheap parking as well. Now, do you urge people to get the tickets straight away? Can people go on your website now and get those?
That's it, yeah. They can jump on right now if they want. The whole program's on there, so I'd just recommend starting reading, look through, select some films.
cinemas.com.au. We'd love you to support Palace Cinema. Now, are they screening at Luna as well?
They are. So in Perth, Luna, Leederville, Essex, as well.
All the affiliated places.
Yes.
But Palace Cinema, if you want the best seating, the best cinema, best air conditioning, best food, best parking, well, I don't want to sort of be biased, but Palace Cinema is the place to be. They've got some great movies coming up. Support them. They're a great theatre. And I just want to ask you, someone asked me the other day, you know your Scream members where we get the little card, and is that happening again? Can people go and become a member?
So at the moment we've got a free movie club offer.
That's
so
the one,
you can sign up for free online and get cheaper tickets straight away.
Beautiful. Always a fountain of information, Kevin. Thanks for coming in today. Can I just remind people, 28th of April to the 16th of May is when it runs. There it is on screen. All around Australia, check out your local cinemas, local Palace and Luna cinemas as well, and you'll get all the details. But it looks like it's going to be a fantastic festival. I'm glad that you're back in business. I'm glad that this is your first film festival that's happening, and we want people to get their tickets and support you.
Thanks, Fred.
Thank you very much. That is, of course, Kevin Lettenegger. I think I got that right. Did I get it right?
Close enough, yeah.
Kevin from Palace Cinema. I think that's probably easier. He'll be back again, and please support them and check them out if you haven't been there before. Now, we're going to go all the way to Ireland. He's in lockdown, still in lockdown. Clint Drieberg from Nova Radio. It's always nice to talk to you.
It's great to talk to you again too, Fred.
Thank you very much. Now, we've got lots happening in entertainment this week. Let's start with, of course, the death of Michael Godinski. He was farewelled in style this week or last week.
Yes, so many people turning out to do this memorial for Michael. Of course, his funeral happened a few weeks before this, and then Ed Sheeran actually flew into Australia, did 2 weeks quarantining, and was able to perform at the tribute. And what a tribute it was. It was live streamed around the world. Unfortunately, you can't catch up on this anywhere because either they're saving it for a big release, maybe to release a DVD and raise some money and do things like that, or they just don't have the rights to it because there was so many acts. Kylie sang with Ed, Jimmy Barnes did a few songs, Paul Kelly. Then there were the tributes from all over the world, Bruce Springsteen, Elton John. You know, these huge names all wanted to chime in and say something. Sting played a song, Billy Joel did a bit on the piano as well. So I don't know whether it'll be a fact of they can't get the rights to release this as a special, and no major TV station even broadcast it. So I'd say it's something to do with that, but fingers crossed they're saving it for a big release and raising some money to honor Michael because he was a legend. He's a legend.
I think they farewelled him very well with lots of stars, lots of great people, and I think you're right. Let's hold that thought because something could be coming up in the way of a DVD. Harry and Meghan, do you think they've escaped the palace well after that interview with Oprah?
Well, they're escaping the palace of a different kind at the moment. They've now, not them themselves. It'll be a couple of lookalikes that are going to play the roles of Harry and Meghan, just as they have done in already 2 midday movies made about Harry and Meghan. So these have been made in America by one of the networks who sort of do these sorts of things, take celebrities or take big stories and turn them into low-budget movies. But I got to say, the previous 2 films, I think they released one on the day of the wedding in America and one shortly after. They find the best lookalikes. You could not tell the difference between the 2 actors playing Harry and Meghan. But anyway, this movie is going to show, I guess, the latest pages in this tumultuous affair. Of course, the interview with Oprah, of course, leaving the royal family and now living in Los Angeles. I think this will be quite an interesting take. But I wonder if they'll use the same impersonators as well, because they may have changed slightly now. Harry's got more of a beard these days, and Meghan's obviously got the bump. So we'll see if they're the same actors they're using.
I was going to say they were so good on the Oprah interview, they could have actually been the actors themselves. They copped a lot of criticism over that interview. Hey, what's happening with Sharon Stone? She's opening up about sex abuse, can I say, amongst that and other things as well.
Yeah, loads of things coming out. Sharon, of course, is releasing a book. In fact, actually, it was released just the other day. And in the lead up to that, she's been sort of giving us little tidbits of what's in the book. Shocking stories. Like, you know that famous scene in Basic Instinct where, of course, it kind of made her a star when she uncrossed the legs and things like that. She actually didn't expect that to be in the film. Really? She was told at the time of making that she should remove her underwear because it was glaring on the camera. In the scene, the way it was written, she was wearing underwear. Of course, we all know now she wasn't wearing underwear. Really? And then when she saw the final cut of the film, she was shocked, just as all the people in the room were, because that wasn't the way it was intended. She's also revealed various other things about how she was told that she should probably sleep with one of her co-stars to make the film better. Shocking stuff. And then sadly, she's also revealed some historical sexual abuse from within her family that her and her sister endured in their younger years. So some really shocking things from Sharon Stone's life, but it's all in her book that is out now.
Fantastic. A good read, I'm sure. Former talk show, Jay Leno, of course, a surprise apology. What's that all about?
Yeah, this is interesting. I guess it all comes to the cancel culture that we're enduring at the moment, and people thinking about what they've said and how that's relevant today. You know, we're changing names of products like Redskins because that's offensive and things like that. And Jay Leno's taken a hard look at his past career and realised that some of his jokes against the Asian community could have been offensive and probably shouldn't have been said. It's quite interesting for him to say this after all these years. Of course, he is no longer on television anymore. The Jimmy Fallon's has taken over him and things like that. But for him to come out and say that perhaps some of the things he said back in the past probably weren't okay is very interesting. It's funny because nowadays people can look back at the tapes, can't they? They can look back at the tweets. They can look back at these things, and because things are evolving and changing, some things will come back to haunt people.
Yeah, I was going to say it's very good in hindsight now. 2021 is no longer on TV or doing anything on TV, and I guess he can't lose anything by coming out and apologising.
You can only gain fans back, I suppose.
Exactly.
Perhaps.
Now, don't tell me there's another reality show, and it's coming from Australia. Everyday Aussies, they're looking for a new cast. They're looking lots of people to take the role of cast.
Yeah, they are looking for a cast. They're looking for what they want to be everyday Aussies. I don't think they're going to get them, though, Fred, because they want them to be in an ordinary version of SAS Australia. Remember they did that last year?
Oh, terrible.
With Chappelle, Corby and a few celebrities,
it was
and put them through the paces of what the SAS would actually do. Yes, well, they're doing it again. But this time, you and I, Fred, we can go for it.
Oh, yeah,
do you think
no
we
thanks.
should?
No. I'm still waiting for my call-up for Neighbours.
Oh, okay. That's probably the easier gig.
I think so. But yeah, another reality show, and I'm sure all Australians love these shows. That's what we have on TV now. Everything's reality television. What's happening with all the new All-Star Dancing with the Stars? I believe we've got Sonia Kruger hosting, and guess what?
Yes.
69-year-old Daryl Summers is back after 14 years.
Exactly, and funnily, we were talking about Jay Leno before. Daryl's been in the media a bit of late because they're trying to promote the launch of the show. And he, in fact, is saying that things like his big show, Hey Hey It's Saturday, probably couldn't be on the TV today because of all their jokes and the things they used to do. I don't know whether that's going to earn him any more fans or not, because there has been a lot of debate recently since the blackface scandal of Harry Connick Jr. and things like that. Were those jokes that Daryl and the gang did relevant at all? But anyway, I think people will still tune in for Dancing with the Stars. I certainly will. I love Dancing with the Stars. The idea that someone you like on the telly or don't like on the telly is doing something that they've never done before and can fall flat on their face and stuff it up is just fantastic. I think it's great. Chappelle Corby, we mentioned from SAS Australia, is going to be in there too, so that'll be great to watch. I love the fact that all the All-Stars are returning, though, like Beck Hewitt. I mean, she was there in the first season. It feels like 20 years ago, probably was. But, you know, it'd just be great to see. And having all said and done about Daryl, I think he still is a great host. Standing there next to Sonia Kruger, he's the perfect live TV show host.
Exactly.
Probably not great with the gags,
yes,
but he's a perfect host.
I think they've got all the original judges back again as well, and I think they're trying to bring
Todd McKenney, we love Todd.
Yeah, I think all the sentiments there, so it'll be great to see. And Jessica Rowe, I saw that on the news, her car caught on fire. She was saved by, was it a truck driver saved her or a bus driver?
Yeah, bus driver driving past in the leafy, fancy suburbs of Sydney where her kids go to school. She was picking them up from school. And, yeah, the car just burst into flames. And when you see the pictures of the video, it's just shocking. She managed to jump out and look back at the car there, as you can see. And there's not much of the car left. But it's funny, isn't it? Like a person like Jessica Rowe, who was so big on the telly every day of our lives, and you'd see her there, and then she sort of quietly disappeared, and now her car catches on fire, and now she's everywhere talking about it. But thankfully, no one was hurt. She might have to look for a new set of wheels. Maybe will you give her a lift if you're in Sydney, Fred?
I reckon as long as she doesn't join me in the kitchen, because when I saw that car, I thought it was one of her cooking experiments. She's not very good at cooking. She would have set fire to the kitchen. As long as she wasn't cooking in the car. Let's round it off entertainment today. Brooke Shields struggled to walk again. What happened to Brooke?
Oh, this is shocking. Poor Brooke Shields. Of course, we all remember the Blue Lagoon that made her a star. And Suddenly Susan, the great TV show I loved with Brooke Shields in the 80s and 90s, she went to the gym during lockdown and pretty much almost broke her back. The fact was that was not the only problem. She went in to get some surgery, went into hospital. Of course, during lockdown, no one could see her, no family and friends. She got infections, so she had to go home, come back again, spend more time in hospital. But basically, Brooke Shields thought she would never walk again. Oh, wow. Thankfully, all the treatment had to be done during lockdown. Nobody really knew about it because it was lockdown, and she has totally recovered. So she's okay. She's okay.
Always entertaining, always informative, and always wonderful. Thank you very much, Clint, for being with us from Nova Radio in Ireland. Are you still in lockdown, and how's it going?
We are still in lockdown, sadly, here in Ireland, but we hopefully will be emerging soon. Happy Easter, everyone, and we'll talk to you soon, Fred.
Will do. Thank you. That is Clint Drieberg, of course. Thank you very much for being with us. That is the show. Happy Easter is exactly what I'm going to say. Thank you again for watching the program. Thanks to all the wonderful crew for working on Easter. And we'll catch you next week for another fantastic episode of The Couch. See you then. Keep smiling. Bye for now.
On the couch with us.